Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the themes that you can build in Brown DOS 2, which are the best ones, how can you create a good theme, right, with the units that you actually have. Um, and yeah, I'm just going to be giving you just general advices about how to build a team. And we are going to be actually starting there. So there are some themes that you guys actually need to consider when you are deciding on which theme you want to create and which characters you are want to use. I know that many of us would like to use, use whatever we like, use whatever unit we actually enjoy. And we actually can do that as well, and you have fun with the game. But when it comes to like clearing very hard content, it is actually necessary to have some kind of optimization in the game. So there are a couple of things that you guys are going to be needing to create a good team, and it is going to be, for example, the SP utilization. So ensuring that you actually have enough SP to attack with all of the units that you're going to be using. Um, Also, you guys need to make sure that you have good tile coverage, right? So that the units that you're using actually are able to hit on multiple tiles and that are going to be actually enough for you to kill all of the monsters that are in the battlefield. Um, it is really, really important that if you guys can also add some multi-hits, because multi-hits would build up the chain damage, and chain damage would allow you to use one-shot enemies that are tougher, that have more HP. Always are going to be needing at least one buffer. You may need more than one. I actually like to use only one buffer, so that's why all of my builds on my characters are focused on balancing crit rate and crit damage. I know that there is some people that is going for like full crit damage and use buffers to get crit rate. But I just think that I just want to make sure that I'm only using one spot for buffers, and then that I have the other four spots for like tanks, attackers, or any other type of units that have something else to add to the team, like knockbacks and things like that. And last but not least, you actually guys need to have multiple elements or dark and light, right? If you are going to be bringing, like, for example, in my team that you can see here, one dark, one light, then make sure that the other two that you are using are two different elements, so that you are covering all different, possibilities that you may face when you are attacking different enemies or completing different types of content. Um, so guys, now let's talk about what are the teams that are actually available in the game right now. So the teams that are actually available right now are the physical team, potentially a true damage team that is, I'm still not completely sure about if it is going to work or not, but I have it in the back of my mind. Um, the hybrid team and the magic team. When it comes to the physical team and the hybrid team, they work as like a charm. They don't have any problems. They are able to clear all content in the game without any issues. But when we're talking about the magic team, it is still lacking a little bit. And it is not because the magic units are bad, it is because for some reason the developers didn't actually made enough variety of units for magic. They used too many skill points, and well, all of that makes creating a magic team a real challenge. It is not that there are not options for magic teams. There are definitely options. It's just that it's way more complicated, and you will find it harder to create an actual auto team for a magical composition than it is to for a hybrid or physical composition. So guys, um, when I was talking before about just some things to take in consideration, just keep in mind that you have 15 skill points. You can see them down here, right? Um, so make sure that your units either have exactly 15 points, skill points in their abilities combined, so that you can use all of them, or less than that, so that you can have a little bit more if you need to use an additional ability in the second turn. Um, Also, for the tiles, right? I am using Cry here for 5 tiles coverage, Justia for 3 tiles coverage, Astrid for 2 tiles coverage, and we go for 5 tile coverage. While Cry attacks 2 times, Justia attacks 3 times, Astrid attacks 3 times as well. So I have some multi hits as well in this team to make sure that I am able to clear everything that I may be facing. So this is my actual best team I have invested a lot on these characters. I have crafted a lot of UR gear and everything for them, and I just love this team. This team right here, as you see it, the way that it is positioned, the order in which the characters are set, this team works like a charm for all content. I clear slimes very hard, goblins and everything with this team. Goblins requires a little bit of tweaking. You may need to move a few units to the size to be able to do it. But in general, this team is just amazing. So the other option that we have is the magical team. And when it comes to magical team, you actually need to have Helena to +5. And what I do so that I don't use that many skill points on buffers is that I use Samai to provide the 50% magic buff. I'm using Cilia as one of the main damage dealers, and you will need to actually invest a lot on Cilia. If you started the game with Cilia and then you got her in the pub to have her +1, it will be even better because she will be able to deal more damage. If you have her like mask, which is I think there's a necklace, right, that gives you a lot of crit rate, that would be insane as well because now you will be able, to have 100% crit rate along if you are combining that along with the what is this called, um, Helena, right? So that's something that is really really good that you can do here. Just check this out, guys. If I click the auto button, I actually am missing one skill points to be able to use my code S skill. Right, my code S is +5, so her skill is using 3 skill points. That's something else that you need to have in consideration, right? If you want to use a magic team, then you for sure need to make sure that you are getting the magic units that have been released to +5 or +3 so that you have enough skill points for everything. The reason why this team is not working right now is because my Helena on this account is only +2, and she's using one more skill points than what she actually should be using. I use this team on my second account and it works perfectly fine. But on this account, I still need to pull a couple more of Helenas for this team to actually work. This is my main account, by the way. So this is a great combination. This is the way in which you want to have the units to actually be spread around the map. Codes will be able to clear at least 2 units on this side. And they are going to be benefiting from the chain damage because Celia is going to be attacking 7 times, so she's going to be building 7 chain damage already. So when Codes is attacking, she's doing damage based on the 7 chains that are already on place. So that will be all for when it comes to Magic team. Then now the other team that I want to talk about is a Liatris team. Liatris is actually a really amazing character. I talked about her before in my previous video, right? And this is a team that I'm using a lot on my second account, not on my main though, because on my main I have actually not built my Liatris the same way I have built her on my second one. And also I have more dupes on my Helena, so it allows me to use the units as I want to use them. So for example, if I click here on auto, you can see that I actually have enough skill points to use everything. But I actually would like to have this remaining skill point available, which is the extra one that Helena is using because she's not +3. The reason for that is this. The way that this is going to be working is that Liatris is going to be attacking the entire field basically, and then Cry is going to be attacking with this attack that is only using 1 SP and giving me back 3. And he's going to be leaving damage over time on the enemy. And then Wiggle is going to be clearing anything that is still alive after that. And the good thing is, once second turn comes, if I need to use second turn, then I would have Cry with 4 skill points available for him to use his attack and then just finish the battle. This team, the same way in which it is positioned right here and the order in which it is right now, is perfectly fine to do slimes very hard without any problems. Like this team clears slimes very hard 100% of the times. You never die. Just make sure that you are building your units correctly, and then you are not going to be having any problems with them. Then Aside from the Liatris team, then we have the Elioneer team that I'm still working on it, right? I really like Elioneer, and the thing that I like about her is that she's able to actually do some additional things, like for example silence, and also she is able to remove the buff from the units. If you actually watch my video about the best reroll, I explain why the combination between Elioneer and Cry is so good. I'm going to actually be leaving a link to that in the top of the screen so that you guys can check it out, and see actually what I'm talking about. But this team actually works really good as well. You have two buff for attack and crit and attack again, and you have like some damage and defense reduction with Cry. You can then deal damage with Elioneer, either with the base costume or with the other costume as well, and you still have enough skill points to do that. And you also have Wiggle to finish up the job, and you also have still enough skill points so that you can use. Wait, no, you cannot use this one. Sorry. But you have the bump that you can use to clear up, or you may change Wiggle for any other unit that use 3 SP, like Justia, Astrid, and there are many others that only use 3 SP that are actually able to be placed here to help you to clear the remaining enemies. Um, this team still needs a little bit of testing when it comes to like completing the slimes and all of that. But with this specific composition, it should actually be able to clear all the slimes and everything without any problem. Then we have the hybrid team. The hybrid thing, actually, it all depends on whatever you have. As you can see here, for example, let's click on auto here. You can see again the same issue, right? My Alieneer is not +3, so I'm missing one skill point to be able to use Codes. This team actually is able to complete slimes very hard without any problems, but it requires you to actually have Codes to +5, and to make sure that you have Helena +5 as well. This is a team in which you are going to be going for 100% crit rate and as much crit damage as you can get in all of your other units. So you only need 20% crit rate on your units, and then you need to aim for like more than 300 crit damage in all of them, or 200 crit damage and a lot of attack or magic attack. Again, guys, so these are going to be the different teams that I have been able to test so far in the game. Again, as I told you before, I still am thinking about what I can do regarding maybe creating true damage team. But I think that it is just too early to focus on that. I think that we still don't have like enough units to be able to do that. We only have 3 units that are able to do true damage. But I'm going to be working on in as many teams as I can. I'm going to be making sure to later maybe provide you guys with some different demonstrations of the things and how they work. But guys, thank you so much for coming to the channel. I would really appreciate if you guys have any other team that you are using and that you have been successful with it, that you have been able to clear the entire game, maybe in hard and very hard, that you use that team maybe for like slimes very hard or goblins very hard. I would really appreciate if you can share it in the comments below. And I would really appreciate, guys, if you can provide me a like and subscribing to the channel. It really would help me a lot. I actually just decided to start with YouTube because I'm currently unemployed. And I'm just trying to chase the dream, guys. Being honest, so far I just feel so good because some of you have leave me some really nice comments, and it is motivating me a lot to continue. It's been a hard time, but I know for sure that I can achieve everything that I want if I just work hard. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Peace.